Good morning, everybody. My name's Sturge Mazzocchi. I'm the head of the Solar Careers Programme. And Solar Careers Programme, we're going to take you through what that all entails, what the opportunity is within the solar industry. And so, to begin with, Solar Careers UK is an initiative by Solar Energy UK. We're going to take you through some career guidance and essentially why work in solar. It is a booming industry, a growing industry. You can see some of the other reasons on the screen there. It's very much forward-thinking, fast-moving in terms of the technological innovations that are happening throughout the industry. And there's opportunities in both in the UK and global opportunities. So it really is a career that you could go and expand your horizons with. Just to touch on Solar Energy UK, so we're the trade association and been established since 1978. We represent over 400 businesses, and that can be everything from SMEs to global brands across all the different sectors of the industry. So that's residential industry, commercial industry, utility scale as well. So all of the big solar farms, those are essentially the main sectors within our industry. We're a non-profit organisation, and our ethos, our ambition is to be a powerful voice for all of the industry, our members, by catalysing their collective strengths to build a clean energy system for everyone to benefit from. And then just to move on to, my colleague Gareth will take you through a summary of the solar industry.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Oh, just break my leg. Good start. First of all, as Sturge said, the solar industry is absolutely booming. So I'm just going to take you through a couple of figures. Right, that's when it kicked off effectively in 2010. And this was the subsidy era. And then the subsidies ended here, and you can see, yeah, not so good. And since then, it's just going up and up and up. And in a moment, I'm going to show you where it's going to go to. That's about where we are now. Actually, a little bit more than that. That's where we're expecting it to be in 2030. This is in terms of capacity, both on the ground and on rooftops. And this is where we're expecting it to be in 10 years. So compare that down there. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a touchscreen, isn't it? Oh, no, there we go. I didn't realise it was a touchscreen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so moving onwards. So this is where the residential sector's gone from 2019 when subsidies ended. Bit of the doldrums. Then the energy price crisis, and everybody thought, oh, blimey, look at my bills. I'm going to have to put some solar on the roof, cut them down. And it's been doing very, very well indeed. And it's expected to get even better new build as well. And we've got commercial scale as well. That's a solar car park. It's a warehouse, a store. That one is Port of Hull. That's the largest commercial scale installation in the country. That's 6.5 megawatts. That's about a little bit bigger than the average solar farm. It's a huge space. But there's an even bigger one in the, coming up, which is 31 megawatts at the Port of Liverpool. Absolutely vast. And of course, there's solar farms as well. And yes, there's a bit of a running theme here. Solar farms are absolute havens of biodiversity. Some of my favourite birds there, red kite. Oh, and of course, you also saw some sheep there. It's really common for them to be grazed. And all this booming job, all this means more and more jobs. We've got about 15,000 jobs in the sector at the moment. 10 years, we're expecting about 6. But at the moment, if we don't run events like this, we don't get more people into the industry, we're not going to be able to fulfill that. But let's get back to basics. How do solar panels actually work? Well, without going into literal quantum physics, because that's the basis of how they work, sunlight hits the panels, induces a direct electric current, the same you get from a battery essentially. Then it goes into a box called an inverter. The inverter turns it into alternating current, which is kind of power you use in your home. You can use that power directly in your home. The power you don't use can go into a battery storage unit, which I'll come to in a moment, or it can go directly to the grid, and you get paid for the power that you don't use, the power that you send to the grid. And I mentioned energy storage. Each of these white boxes are the size of a shipping container, the kind of thing you'd find on a train or back of a lorry. That's about 35 megawatts. And to give you an idea of how the sector's scaling up, there's about 5 gigawatts capacity across the country. And there are 2 plants of about 1 gigawatt each, which are in the pipeline, one of which got planning permission a couple of weeks ago. And then there's something completely different as well, which is solar thermal technology, which produces hot water. And some of those are keeping swimming pools going because the price of gas is so high. And then back to Sturge.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Appreciate that. So that's a summary of the industry. And now, just to cover for you how Solar Careers UK, the initiative brought by Solar Energy UK, can help you and what we're here to do. So we have one main vision, which is to guide every person possible into solar careers. So that's everybody that may be newly qualified. If you want to go into solar, we want to help and guide as many people possible as we can to go into that. How do we do that? We promote career opportunities for in-demand roles, and the most in-demand roles are the ones that are most closely linked to the installation side of the industry. We'll support the industry with their recruitment. That can be through events, that can be through online, and then promote training opportunities to enhance the skills of the solar and energy storage workforce. So continually upskilling the workforce in line with the moving technology that we have. So the job vacancies here today that if you're graduating and you're now looking for a role, here are some of the most in-demand roles. So you can speak to Solar for Schools, they're a community solar business, and they've got some of these contracts manager, engineer roles, technicians, very, very common, those roles. Next Energy Group, utility scale. They've got lots of entry-level positions that are coming as well, everything from analysts to asset managers, and then photon energy, engineers, installers as well, and South London Partnership have got some assessors and retrofit assessors and those kind of jobs. Couple more. An ESCO over in the hiring rooms, contracts and procurement leads, technicians again, so that's one of the most in-demand roles, is the technicians we will need. And let me just go back a moment. And over at Good People, they have a range of jobs, everything from roofers to electricians. And as you can see, those are some of the salaries and everything that can be earned within the industry. So they're all here today. One of the main ways that we can support you essentially into coming into the industry is we're developing a website, and you see some of these screenshots from that at the moment. It's going to be, today is the in-person careers hub where you can go and speak to businesses, you can talk to businesses about jobs that they have available. We have an online resource, and so that's going to have education, training, skills, routes to competence, and also connect you to the directories of all of the job vacancies within the industry. So that's coming and will be a big resource that you can use. On there, we'll host all of the recruitment events, the educational courses, what you need in training events. And just to mention, if today sparks your interest in the industry and you really want to learn more about it, at the Excel, on the 2nd to the 3rd of April, there's our huge industry event where you'll be able to see all of the different products in the industry, 5 different conferences that are going along with more speakers and everything like that. It's a free event to go to as well, and if the solar industry is something that you want to go into, I'd highly recommend going and checking this out as well, just as the next event to go and engage with the industry in. In between the website being built, and even once it is, in that meantime, the way that we can support you is by joining what we have, a solar talent pool. So if you go over to the Solar Careers UK exhibition stand, you can join that. And what the solar talent pool is, it's very easy to subscribe. It's a way that you can be kept informed on a regular basis, essentially, and we'll keep you up to date with the recruitment events. So if you're looking to work in the solar industry, you'll have the listings of that, be informed of those, the training events, job opportunities, which qualifications you'll need to enter into the industry as well, and all of the latest industry news. So if there's one thing would recommend that you do, if the solar industry is something that you would like to engage in, it's a way for us to regularly keep in contact with you and give you that information that you need to further your interest into the solar industry. That is our presentation for this morning on the industry and also the Solar Careers Programme and what it is and what we have. I'll open the floor. Are there any questions or any observations, anything that's on your mind at all that you'd like to ask? Or maybe Scott, you might have one to get the floor going. I'll put you on the spot now, maybe potentially, but. Yeah. Of course, and I think the best part is to just talk through some of these really. So, some of these junior roles at Next Energy Group are a solar farm developer. As you come in as an entry level, junior asset managers in the technical and commercial side are 35k, as well as an ESG analyst, junior data analyst. Yeah, so around the 35k mark there. Yeah, so those are sort of some of the entry level ones. And yeah, retrofit assessor 48k. These are London jobs as well. And then yeah, and then yeah, there's some higher ones. So as they go through the industry and you progress, if you became a contracts and procurement lead, 60 to 70k is sort of some of the upper side of the salaries, the bands that they can earn. Yeah. Nice. Brilliant. Is there anything else? Anything on your mind at all? We happy? All right. Great stuff. Well, thank you ever so much for being a great audience, and enjoy the rest of the hub, and there'll be some more presentation soon.